Definitely the most long and drawn out L
And then
I've ever taken.
It's just like a roller coaster. You started and ended in the same place.
Exactly.
We're all set whenever.
Yeah. So we had a week of L's this week.
Dude.
Well, I got a W this week too, but I had probably my worst L so far was the blue cement threes.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up, it was the 10th, I guess that was a week ago. Today's what the hell's today? 17th, it's a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up 7 o'clock on a Saturday last week, the 10th. I got the damn shoes. I got the little got 'em screen. Forgot to screenshot it, the whole thing. They got shipped. Everything's normal. You buy things on the internet, they get shipped. And then, so I didn't log on to the FedEx tracking side of it because I was like, you just wait. Nike tells you when they're delivered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nike didn't tell me they were delivered, and then I get the notification at like 4:30 a.m. on like Tuesday. And I was like, what the fuck? 4:30 who's out delivering packages in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
And so then I clicked on the tracking like that morning when I got up, and it was like, it said they'd been delivered at 1 o'clock in the afternoon the previous day. So it was weird that they waited like 13 hours to send me the notification.
Yeah.
And it said left at front door. I live in an apartment complex. There is not a front door.
There is no front door.
Well, there's like a lobby where you're supposed to leave the packages because it's locked. Because I don't live downtown, but I live near downtown. I live in Northwest Portland.
Yeah.
And so there's like the door goes out to a sidewalk that's busy. Like, you can't just leave some shit on the sidewalk. It will walk itself away real quick.
It'll disappear immediately.
So anyway, I get up, I go out to look for the package because I assumed it was going to be in the mail room where all the packages always are, and it just isn't there. I was like, well, what the fuck, And so I waited, I gave it that day. I called FedEx. They told me to go fuck myself, basically. Like, they had an annoying-ass computer. Like, I was like, my package isn't here. And they're like, your package was delivered yesterday. And I was like, no, it wasn't. Let me talk to a person. I had to just say, let me talk to a person. I was turning into my dad. I was just furious.
You get out there, you're like, person.
Yeah, I know. You guys joke that I'm a boomer. It's not really a joke. Like, I was sitting here, let me talk to a person.
Person.
Yeah. I was just getting pissed off. Finally, I got to talk to a person. I was nice to them because it's not their fault that FedEx sucks and their job is shitty and they have to talk to idiots like me all day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, what? And, I was like, yeah, it says I got a package. I ain't get it, And they were like, well, it says you got it. We'll take down your phone number and we'll try to sort this out. We'll give you a call. Definitely did not give me a call.
Yeah.
So anyway, later in the day, I called Nike and they just gave me a refund because they were like, the shoes sold out. So they couldn't send me another package.
So it was just like a long drawn out L.
It was a long drawn out, lots of ups and downs. It was a real roller coaster ride to an L. Definitely the most long and drawn out L I've ever taken.
It's just like a roller coaster. You started and ended in the same place.
Exactly. I got my hopes up for nothing the whole damn thing.
You're just like, woo!
And honestly, like, those shoes, I think you liked those shoes more than I did.
I do. I'm watching them. If they dip
like, if I had
close to retail,
if they showed up, I
them.
was thinking about just saying, hey, you want these for retail? And just letting you buy them off of me.
Oh, really? I absolutely.
Yeah, because honestly, I spent a bunch of money on clothes this month. So I'm not too, like, brokenhearted that I didn't spend another $200 on shoes.
Yeah.
Like, I bought this camo shirt so I can hide in my living room. And, like,
you mean so you can hunt in your living room, dude?
Yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty. It upped my game.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I wasn't too brokenhearted. It was just, like, such a shitty, like, I got them and then I didn't get them. And then
yeah, it's like my relationship with my dad. Just broken promises. And then I feel like the piece of shit. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from there. That's kind of serious. I'm not qualified to tackle those kind of subjects.
That's okay. It's all right.
And I feel bad making a joke about it because that seems mean to you.
I don't care. It's fine.
All right. Ha ha, your dad is mean to you. That's a shitty joke. Anyway, it wasn't really that funny. But yeah, and then we both took the L on the unions yesterday by forgetting to wake up.
Totally forgot. I was up. That was
I wasn't.
I forgot
woke up
why
when
my
your
alarm
text,
went off.
my shit buzzed with your text. It was like, totally forgot the drop. And it was like 7:40. I was like, well, so did I.
I forgot. I noticed it at 7:12, which is so close. Like it closes at 7:10. That's why I texted you. I was like, no.
Oh, okay. So I got the text like half an hour later than that.
I woke up, I made coffee, I took a shower, I got out of the shower, and then I was just like scrolling Instagram, and then there was a bunch of Gotham's, and I was like, oh no, I totally forgot. Oh man.
Damn.
I just didn't even.
Evidently, like nobody got those either, except for 7
assume.
people that posted got them. But
right, and then they got reposted, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But
rough week of L's for.
I wasn't expecting. I really that gang. One not expecting. The 3's though, I felt like
if you'd woken up, you probably would have gotten them.
Yeah.
The way you would have maybe gotten them.
Yeah, who knows?
I thought maybe. I got them, but then they.
I'm guessing what they did with packages too. So.
I bet they just dropped it at like a different house, just the wrong address, and it just ended up lost in the ether somewhere. It might show up out of the blue. I don't know. Shout out to Nike. They were super cool about it, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, that sucks. Do you want us to resend them?" I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, "Actually, never mind. So we'll send you refund."
Yeah, probably not going to be able to resend or like pick something else out.
I did catch a W though, and that brings us to our shoe for today.
Yeah,
which is this shoe right here.
That little cute thing.
Yeah, just a little tiny shoe. This is the Lucky Green, the One High Lucky Green. I got these for my sister for her birthday, which is sometime in November. I know when it is, but this is a public forum. Yeah. So like, anyway, these ones, when they shipped, I clicked the button for like, I'm not going to be home. I want to pick them up at the FedEx store. Now I'm paranoid. But that worked like a charm. I just went down there at noon yesterday and snagged them. Easy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, they're just the one.
Dude, I have a feeling that's how things are just going to end up becoming soon.
What?
Where we just go, where it's just like, you just do in-store pickup essentially. Like, I think that's where we're sort of headed.
Oh, really?
Because seriously, it is the biggest pain. I don't know. For me, I'm really struggling with that with like my business. Like I'll ship stuff to people and it disappears and I hate it. It's like, but it's like, yo, I have the same information you do. I put it in the mailbox and hope that it arrives at your house.
Yeah.
I have zero to do with, like, I did my part. I did all of my things. I printed the label. I dropped it off within, 12 hours of you ordering it.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't show up, I'm going to just send you the 1-800 number for USPS. Like, that's all I could, like, I can't even really call for you on your behalf, it's, and so if people just start to have pickup things.
Yeah. No, and I felt a little bad. I didn't feel that bad because, I spent $200, but like, and I had nothing to show for it, but I felt a little bad, like calling Nike because it's not really their fault. And now they had to, they had to eat $190.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I keep saying 200. It was 190. I should be accurate. But, close enough for government work.
Right.
Anyway, shoes that we did get, here they are. They come with a nifty little tag. They're green and white with a patent leather black swoosh. They're 1's. The One High. Oh, the insole looks like a basketball court. Let me
Oh,
see
that's
this.
cool.
Yeah, it's a nifty detail.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, quality's pretty average, but solid. Like the leather's nice and soft. I think my sister's gonna like them. I've sent her pictures of a variety of ones. I was thinking of getting her those tie-dye ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent her a picture of these and she liked them. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for these on sneakers, because then it's like those tie-dye ones are reselling for like some days it's close to 300.
Oh, really?
So I was like, if I can get these for retail, then like, she still gets a pair of ones that's cool, and I don't have to spend $300 because it's hard economic times.
So
And I love my sister, but also, it's hard economic times. So
Hey, I bought my brother a pair of those the Flyknit 4s in the red colorway. He was stoked. He likes them a lot.
Yeah, no, I got her a pair last year for her birthday. Her birthday is like close enough to Christmas, and she has no money at all, so like I kind of can get away with getting her one thing for both of them.
Dude, that's been my new thing, is buying sneakers for people for like occasions. It's like, it is a little bit like forcing our hobby on somebody else, but it is one of those things that is pretty universal. Like,
yeah, it's like
most people
like
our age, like our parents. I mean, like, I'm not gonna buy my mom a pair of Jordans. She might wear them, probably not. Like,
yeah. No, I bought those Yeezys for my dad because I thought it was funny, but like I'm not gonna like get in a habit of buying him sneakers because it's definitely a waste of my money.
Yeah.
But my sister likes shoes. She likes sneakers. She's not like a dork about it like I am, but
yeah.
I could see her becoming a dork about it when she gets money. She's a year away from graduating with like a chemical engineering degree. So she'll be doing just fine.
Yeah. I'll probably get some from my sister for her birthday too. She's also in November. But it's funny because like those are very similar to the ones I got my partner for his birthday. Last year I got him these, which is the mid. I forget what the forest green or whatever mid. These ones weren't that popular or sought after, but
I like the look of those. Those are pretty
similar.
Pretty cool.
The only difference is like the wings on this are black.
Yeah.
And
this one's like one's kind of like the Chicago colorway, but with green instead of red. Is really what this is, I think. Because the Chicago colorway is a black swoosh, right, and red and white. So yeah, they just replaced the red with green. So I think this has potential to be like a relatively classic colorway. It's not too experimental, and it's kind of, I like it. I think it's cool. I forget. I think it's something to do with like a game in Boston. That's why it's green, because of Irish people. And then the court, like the sole or the insole being the court color, is like it's supposed to like look like the old school wooden court that Jordan played on in Boston or whatever.
Yeah, like the Celtics court.
Yeah. And the box is small. It's like a little Jordan 1 box, because they're the women's shoe. For comparison, there's a regular Jordan 1 box. So it's
like a cute little box.
I know, and a cute little box and a cute little shoe.
So little.
And it costs the same amount. So
yeah. So I got it pulled up. I guess I'll share it real quick.
Yeah.
With you. I got this sneaker pulled up. So you pay, it says $170 came out.
Yeah, I paid $170.
So right now, if you were to get that same 7, it would be $230. So you saved, $60. Like, it's
I know
up a bit.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, my sister doesn't really care about that stuff.
Yeah.
But she thought it was a cool looking shoe when I sent her a picture of it a couple weeks ago. So I think she'll like it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it's, it isn't like, it didn't just drop like a stone. Like, people want it, so that's cool too.
Yeah, that's good. I did notice that I was looking at, because there's been that all the ones have gone up in price significant since the
Mm-hmm.
the Last Dance documentary. And
Yeah.
then there was like a resurgence of that because then they released The Last Dance on Netflix. And so it sort of like had a second, like a return of like all the people that didn't just download the ESPN app and watch it on that, which is
Yeah.
exactly what I did. Like
Once it dropped on Netflix, then like there was
another,
another little bump in Jordan 1
yeah,
prices.
yeah. But I've noticed that they've kind of, it's cooled down again.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of like searching on StockX for, but there's a couple that I actually was like had my eye on and almost bought, and then now they're like triple the price. I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah, those orange ones that you were talking about. Those
Yeah,
orange.
those
I
black
think we
cone
talked
ones.
about those in an episode at some point.
Yeah, we definitely
brought 'em up.
mentioned it. Dude, they
Yeah.
were only like 130 or 140 when we were looking at them,
And now they're like 350 or some crazy
yeah.
shit.
And I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna pay.
Good
I mean, I
God.
didn't buy them before, but like,
Mhm.
I kind of, I don't like regret it. It's like whatever.
Nah.
But I just thought that was funny because I was looking at
Yeah.
buying.
Oh, you might as well bring up the ones I bought for her last year.
Oh, what
They're
are those?
Jordan 10. I think Maya Moore is the player.
Maya, how do you?
Moore. I think she's like one of the top players in the WNBA.
What color?
The purple and red and the Maya Moore, Jordan
The wild
10.
ones.
Yeah, there's like a white pair and then a colorful pair. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the colorful ones. Bring those up and show
Right.
the people.
We're gonna have a reveal apparently because it's not loading. I noticed that StockX was kind of loading slow today.
But yeah, last year I got a Nike store pass in like December.
Yeah.
Like an employee store pass, and those were there, and they had one left in a size 7. All of them were like a 6.5, and there was one size 7. So I was like, and I snagged it, and she really liked those.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I guess that's just what she gets for Christmas and her birthday every year now is a pair of Jordans.
You're like, now I know how to shop
now
for you.
it's easy.
Yeah, dude, I think giving gifts has changed. Like it used to be, I used to give a lot of like TV shows, like box DVD. I used to give a lot of DVDs, and I feel like now that with streaming, you can't really do that anymore. Like no one cares. No one wants to get
did that.
Smallville season 6. Like that's not a good gift. They're gonna be like, where am I supposed to put this?
Yeah. Now I have to buy some hardware to fucking run this antiquated bullshit you just gave me.
And like download cards are just that's like a second degree gift card. Like no. I feel like a gift card or money is just pointless. It's like you might as well not. It's okay. Like
I don't know. I don't
mean?
mind getting money, but honestly, like the only people I ever get gifts for are like my family.
I'm just
it's like my mom, my dad, and my sister are who I shop for gifts for.
I guess the thing with me for gifts is I guess it's because I'm cheap and I'm like, I like finding a gift that isn't too expensive, and it's just so obvious how much you spent on the gift when it's a gift card or money.
I do hate that.
They know exactly how much you care about.
You know what is like
monetarily
best.
But
you
like
know what one of the best gifts is?
Could be $5, and they don't know it was $5.
One of the best gifts that you can buy for somebody, because I bought one for my mom last year at Christmas. Yeah. It's not that expensive, and it's kind of a perfect gift. Is those those Yeti like cups, like the Yeti? Yeah, I think it's called the Rambler. It's like a 20-ounce cup. It's like a coffee cup, but it'll also hold like cold stuff and keep it cold.
Yeah.
It's just like a nice coffee cup. They're like $20 or $30, but it's like just on the cusp of way too expensive to buy for yourself. But like very much in the ballpark of like anyone can really afford it as a gift. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things that you never buy for yourself, but then once you have it, you're like, this thing is tremendous. and she loves it. And so it was like one of the best, like, reasonable price gifts that I've
Yeah.
ever gotten for somebody. So I highly recommend that
Dude,
Yeti cup.
I love things like water bottle, like those like
Hmm.
reusable water bottles and
Yeah.
like tumblers, and
Hmm.
I use those all the time though. Like the deal breaker for me is if the tumbler won't fit in my cup holder of my car,
Oh yeah.
then I never use that. And it's like, yep, that old thing, never
Yeah, I
using
think
that.
we must have lucked out because it fit. I think it fits in her car because I know
Well,
she uses it like every day.
it wasn't until I had one that didn't fit where I was just like, well, I'm
Mm.
never using this mug again. I got
Yeah,
there's this brand, it's like Corkle. Those ones are pretty sick.
Corkle. Never heard
Yeah,
of
they're pretty
Corkle.
expensive. I didn't realize it. I got given to me, and then I went to like replace it, and I was like, holy shit, these are
Yeah.
$60 or whatever it was.
Well, that's why it makes such a good gift because even at $60, it's one of those things that's in
I
the
would
ballpark of what
never
I would
have bought
spend on a
it.
gift.
Yeah, I would never buy that for
Right, but you
myself
would
though.
never buy it for yourself.
No.
And that's pretty much the ideal gift.
Yeah.
Like that's why these shoes are a good gift for my sister because like she likes shoes, but she's in college. She has no fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
So like if she's buying a pair of shoes, it's like some Vans on sale. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not $170 Jordans because she wanted this colorway.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not her world at the moment.
Yeah.
So like so that's a perfect gift because it's like, I can swing that one once a
Yeah.
year. That's not a big deal. And you know, it's a good gift.
Yeah,
She'll
it's a good.
appreciate it. She can go flex on her friends at school that don't know what the shoes are, and so it'll be pointless, but
I mean, someone might give her some
yeah.
compliments
I
or
don't know. I think she's got a friend in her class that wears Yeezys from time to time, so he'll know what's up.
yeah. For the record, this page is still trying to load. I don't know what's
Fuck's
going on
sake.
with
Just
it.
hit refresh.
I did.
I'm
It's the
telling you, it's like you're an old person and I'm on an IT line.
okay,
Did
it did.
you
It
hit
did.
refresh?
Dude, the other day my office mate that I share an office with
Mhm.
is having some problems, and I jokingly was just like, "Did you try shutting your computer off and then
Did you
turning it
turn it
back
off and
on?
on again?
Did you unplug it and plug it back in?" And he was like, "Fuck you, Bjorn." And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, "You know what? That worked." And I was just like,
I swear to God, the
he's
damn
like, "You're my
IT guy,
tech guy."
the IT guy at my work has asked me that a few times, and it usually fixes it. Like I'm usually that dumb where I'm just like, "Oh, what the hell's going on?"
I mean,
Hey, Mark, can you help me with this? He's like, "You turn it off and on again yet?" It's like, or did you reboot? He uses like the correct
reboot.
term.
Yeah. Did you
I think
reboot
just
it?
to rub it in. But and then I will, and then it works. I'm like, oh, thanks. And he's just like looks at me like you could have fucking figured that out on your own there, bud.
I mean,
And I don't
sometimes
blame him.
it's you're in a
I don't
moment, you're
blame
having
him.
a moment where you're like, ah, like I think in this moment, in
Yeah.
this instance, he was just
No,
like
and he's also a
frustrated
solid
and
like
yelling. And so that's why.
no, and our IT guy's a solid maybe 20 years older than me. So like
Yeah.
he's got to be so disappointed every time I ask him a computer question. He's got to just be like, what are you
Like, what? Of course.
your
Yeah.
generation should kick you out, bro. Like you're done. You're asking me for fucking computer advice. Get out of here.
All right. Here's
All
the
right,
shoe.
so these are the ones I got her last year. I
Okay.
really like the colorway. I like they had an ice, like a blue ice sole.
Yeah. I like those. Those
Yeah.
are cool.
Yeah,
They're
she
really
was
cool.
stoked on those. Also, I got them at the Nike employee store, so they're like 40% off of the 190, so they were a good deal.
Nice.
But it was
Very
really,
nice.
I just walked around that store and looked at every women's shoe, and those were the coolest ones they had at the moment. So I was
Yeah.
like, they had a couple Air Maxes or something that were all right, but those were maybe some Forces. But knowing my sister and like what kind of sneakers she likes, like those were the ones. And she was
Yeah.
so
That's cool.
yeah.
So you ready for winter?
Oh, sure.
Sure. I'm realizing I'm probably gonna have to get some more sneakers for winter. Something new.
I
Because the
mean,
ones I have right now that I've been rocking are
mhm.
just like hurting my feet. I don't think that they're gonna work.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting to get into that mode of just like, I gotta find something. And I've been
I might
walking
have to
again
find
more.
something too.
some kind of
Well,
winterized waterproof
eh,
situation. I want something that's like waterproof, but like is like a running shoe, like in comfort,
oh,
you know,
yeah.
like something like that. So I've started to sort of like look. There's a couple of interesting things that are coming
Hmm.
out, but that's one
I think
that's probably
Adidas
going to be
makes
my
some
next.
that are like a boost sole, but with like some Gore-Tex in them or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
That'd be
Something
kind
like
of
that,
cool.
like an
Yeah.
everyday thing. And then I fell down that rabbit hole of looking at Crocs. That was fun. I feel like I
Oh
should get
yeah, you were
them.
saying like Crocs get ripped off. Like
Dude, there's
nobody,
a lot of ripoffs of
like there's nothing
Crocs.
but rip off Crocs out there.
I mean, it was like it was. It's hard to tell because I don't know. Like, how do you? They're just a foam injected
Just an
shoe.
ugly
Like,
foam shoe. They
it's
all look
like
the fucking
you
same.
could probably just buy one, find out the composite that it is, and just be like, "Hey, manufacturer, make this," and they just make it a mold of the actual shoe because that's
Hmm.
all it is. It's not like sneakers where they're like I think they're just really easy to rip off. And you just got to
Yeah,
get I mean they may not get the formula perfect, but they can get pretty darn close.
yeah. They could probably even improve it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's probably improvements that could
Like,
be made. Like they could make the footbed a softer, like the first quarter inch of it, like a softer, mushy material that's all like
yeah, I don't
comfy. I
know.
don't know.
So that was a fun little journey. Dude,
Yeah.
I took my dog to the dog park today
Mm,
and I was looking for, just a nice walk. Like I just
mm.
wanted to go for a nice fall walk. And it was
Yeah,
just,
just look at the leaves.
yeah, it
Think
just
about pumpkin
right,
spice
right
lattes.
just drink my pumpkin spice latte. And I went out to there's this 1,000 acre dog park. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's actually 1,000 acres, but that's what it's called. And I
Mm,
think it's an old golf course that they just
okay.
let overgrow. I have done no research. That's purely just
That's
from me walking
speculation, but
around and being like, why are there these weird clear cutted areas?
I mean that's probably what it is.
I think that's what it may have been. I don't know. But it was that place was packed. Everyone had the same idea. And I didn't think about that. Just a
It is like
classic
a
Portland
really
moment.
nice day. It is like a really nice day out there. It's like sunny and like
Dude,
62 in October.
I
And
love,
everyone
yeah.
knows we've gotten a couple rainy days a week the last few weeks. So everybody knows that like this is the beginning of the end for a little while.
Yes.
So these pretty days like this, people
Oh,
are all out.
I hate that's the dude. I've never lived in a place that does this. It's just this like, how is it that everyone is having the same thought all the time here? It drives me crazy. It's like it's the same thing. It's like when toilet paper was scarce, you like couldn't find it anywhere. Like people were just
Mhm.
going crazy. I've never experienced that in any other place I've ever lived. Maybe it's the timing of it, it's just like,
Well,
but there's been a bunch of times.
the toilet paper thing was the whole country. But like
Yeah,
Portland, I get it with the weather here though.
dude, it's just like, how is it that everyone wants to take their dog to this one place on this one day, or like
Because
anytime
it's a
it's
beautiful
nice?
day in the
I
fall.
know that's true, but and we're by a city, but it's
Yeah,
like
you're by a
so
city
often I'm
and
like,
it's the
oh, let's go to
fall.
the river, and then so did everyone else. Why is it that we all
I
have the
think that's a
same thought?
city thing, dude. I think there's just so many goddamn people that live in the same place
And
that
we
like
all are just like, let's go to this forest
well,
park and just
not everybody
run it.
had that idea, but enough people did that it looks like everyone. Because
Yeah.
we're from a small town. Me, maybe a smaller town than you, but we're both
Mm-hmm.
from small towns. So like rarely do you go somewhere
Mm-hmm.
and 90 people are already fucking there.
Yeah. Or like the
Because they're
beach.
just
Whenever I go to the fucking beach, it's
like
just like,
literally not enough people in the town have the same day off of work at the same time
yeah.
for it to ever be that busy. So
Oh,
like we're from a place like that that's currently being ruined by all the people from places like this who decided, oh, it's a pandemic,
that's
let's move
true.
to a small town. And so now those places are going to suck too. But like we're from a place like that where like there aren't enough people for anywhere to be busy.
Yeah.
And here
Maybe
it's
that's
like
it.
there's 7 places you can drive to be at a river within an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those places are going to be fucking overrun with idiots.
The
And
second
some of
it
them,
dips over
yeah,
80 degrees.
exactly. And they're going to be there and they don't know how to act because they're from a city. And they're just like, oh, let's just lay around like a seal in the sun. And it's,
and get super sunburned and be
my
stuck in their
God.
house for 2 weeks. Yeah, they're
Some
not going to
funny
listen
shit.
to this. They're not going to listen to this episode. I'm not going to say
No, I'm not talking about our friends. I'm talking about, I went like 2 months ago, I went down to the river to try fishing in the Willamette River. I
Yeah.
did not catch anything. I don't know how to fish in the
You know
Willamette.
what? Dude, okay, let's
But
talk about fishing real quick. I'm
yeah,
changing the subject.
okay.
You know what that reminds me of? I
What does it remind
realized
you of?
that the way that I interacted with fishing, people interact with things in different ways. Sometimes they interact with it. And I
Mhm.
think with fishing, there's 2 types of fisher people. I'll be gender neutral on this. 2 types of fishermen.
That's something that lots of people would care about, but not the actual fishing community.
No,
You have
don't
offended
care.
no one who's invested in that activity. Anyhow, keep going.
So there are the people that they go fishing to catch fish, and
Uh-huh.
then that's probably like mostly fly fishermen. They're like
Well,
actually doing it for that. And
I
then
think
there's the
all
people that just want to
fishermen
sit
go
in a
to
boat
camp.
and drink beer, or sit in a
Oh,
thing and drink beer. I was that second one, but I pretended like, and I would say that I wasn't, but that's really, I just wanted to go outside and drink beer and not look like an alcoholic.
yeah. Oh, so you were there. You were there for the social aspect, but especially the drinking aspect.
It was like the drinking and the
You
chatting. Like
see,
I like
I
just,
think there's.
if
I
I could
think
just go to
there's.
the woods and just
Mhm.
drink and chat with a buddy, I'd
Yeah.
be stoked, you
So,
know?
like, what you're saying is, when we move to Montana and start our comedy empire there,
Yeah.
um, and because like I'm gonna incorporate hunting into my whole like thing if I move back to Montana. Like I'm gonna have a hunting podcast. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be tremendous. I've had a lot of time to think and daydream and be like, you know what? Goddamn, when I'm the fucking top comedian ever,
Yeah.
this is what
Hunting
I'm gonna do.
podcast.
Have a damn hunting podcast where I tell dick jokes and also talk about hunting deer. It's I think everybody's gone a little crazy in quarantine, and that's what it manifested in
That's
me.
your brand of crazy.
Anyhow, so when we have our cool comedy empire, making tons of money, getting that Spotify check, whatever, I'm gonna have a cool ass cabin, and so you're gonna come along to hunting camp just to be like, just to hang out at camp.
Yep.
Like, not even bring a gun. You're just gonna bring a big old fucking cooler and have a good time. That'll
Just
be your 1 week a year to fall
yeah.
off the wagon.
Yeah, I'll fall off the wagon. It'll be Bjorn's wagon wheel
If it's only a
weekend.
week a year, it hardly even counts. As long as you get right back on,
Just,
or don't. It's your life.
right? Who knows?
Montana. The rules are different out
I
there.
mean, if I move back
You
to
know.
Montana, Montana's where I broke my sobriety last time. So, maybe there's a trend there.
It's a few months of the year Montana's too cold to be
I was
sober.
like, I'd been sober for 4 years, and then I just, all it took was one New Year's alone in a Motel 6 in Bozeman, Montana.
I mean, for fuck's sake, you got to cut yourself a little slack on that one. Like, I'd do it.
So I just,
Bozeman, like, I can't help but not. I get drunk every time I go to Bozeman because I'm just like, the last time I was here was college. That's what we did. Like,
yeah,
that's what I know to do in Bozeman. It's just like, well, we go to these bars. Then tomorrow morning we go to the Cat's Paw. We get breakfast and start drinking again.
yep,
Then I'm not going to drive, because I still have principles. But like someone else can designate a drunk drive us up to Bridger Bowl, where we'll continue to drink in the car, and then we'll like probably ski all day. And by all day I mean like 2 hours, and then go to the lodge and drink some more.
Dude,
Like,
I
it's
can't
just
even.
a drinking fucking disaster.
Oh, I know.
I'm just hungover for a
Like,
couple
I'll
days and
probably
like
get
probably get sick.
if I were to go back to like Big Sky, I would probably
Mhm.
get triggered to drink again because I just would go up there. That's crazy because that road is bananas. That road is gnarly. I
Well,
can't
don't.
remember if I was
Yeah,
driving
I mean, you.
on it after, but I feel like I
Yeah.
did a little bit. I never like went. I wasn't like
No, I've always
wasted.
been really good about drinking and driving and not doing it.
I've been, I've
But
been so good about it's for me. It slipped a
however,
little
I
bit at
have
the end
not been
there.
strict about my friends not drinking and driving because at the end of the
Right.
day, I want to get home,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there
Yep.
ain't Uber. So like,
And you can't Uber out out to Big
I
Sky.
know it's false when these dum-dums that I'm friends with are like, "Yo, I could drive better drunk," but in the moment, I'm like, "You bet, bro."
Oh boy,
We
yeah.
still got some in the cooler. All right, I'm sitting in the back seat.
I mean, I got pulled over one time after a day of drinking,
Well,
where it
this
was
is the
like,
episode that gets leaked and we lose our jobs, and by we I mean me. But
oh
nah,
no, you're not
I
gonna.
don't think so.
We'll be all right.
Talking crazy. I don't do this anymore. I'm clean cut. I drink White Claws in
Yeah.
my living room on a Saturday.
With a designated
Designated. I ain't fucking going anywhere today. If I do anything, I'm gonna take a walk.
it's walking
You know, if
distance.
I trip, that's my fault. I don't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Get
Just
a WUI. Go fuck yourself. The cops have more going on than that.
right.
People
Oh
still
man.
protesting. I don't even know.
I don't even know at this point. I've just been steering clear
Yeah,
of it.
I don't read the news anymore. We got 2 weeks.
It's
We
so
got 2 weeks left. I voted earlier this week. I did the bare minimum. I'm ready to run out the clock on this shit. I'm tired of hearing about it.
yeah, I'm gonna try and drop mine off today.
Political hot take there.
Yeah. We could tell I haven't talked about this, how I got attacked. Should we talk about that?
Why not?
So yeah, we live in Portland and like straight up I had a buddy in town. We were just like driving around and I got out of nowhere. It was crazy. I was just driving down the road. I was going probably 5 or 10 over the speed limit. Like I wasn't going slow.
Yeah,
By
you're just
any
driving
means.
normal on a road.
Normal. And this dude in a huge lifted truck passes me using a bike lane.
Like on the right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like aggressively cut me off. It was just this unnecessary, like he was tailgating me and then aggressively passed me on the right and cut me off. Like just totally made it so I had to slam on my brakes not to hit him. So when this was happening, my buddy who's from Minneapolis was just like, fuck you. We had the windows down because it was like a nice day. He was like, fuck you. And he like flipped him off. The dude definitely saw us. He was definitely wearing like not your classic MAGA hat, but like another version of like it was what
colorway?
bigger font. It was the same red. It was a classic red colorway.
Was it the new one?
Huge.
Was it the Keep America Great? Because that's the 2020 model.
No,
which
but
is
it was
a dumb saying for this year. Because like America.
It was Make America Great, but it was like the font was like massive and it was like a trucker hat. Like it wasn't the like dad hat. It was like, I don't know, some bootleg.
Yeah, this guy's buying this is the fake Yeezys of Trump hats. This fucking asshole. He couldn't even get the original. He couldn't even afford the OG.
He had to get the one where it's like
and get the ripoff.
The knockoff.
God, what a loser.
Where it just says like, yeah, and these not even the right font. I don't even. It was like, of course, he had that in this big Power Stroke, whatever, lifted truck. Anyway.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a Power Stroke move.
Yeah, dude.
It's the only Power Stroke he'll ever have.
Solid.
Haha.
So he
jokes.
He cut me off. My friend flipped him off. I could see him in his big ass mirrors. I could see his face and he was looking at me and I was like, I could tell he was, I don't know. He was like upset or something. I thought he was going to yell something. I figured. And he like kind of tried to brake check me, but I like backed off enough and we're going down like a residential street that's like 25 anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, you guys were just like in town, right?
It wasn't like a
this
high
wasn't
speed. Yeah, this was like on 102nd. And like, so he pulls, like I can tell he's looking at us and he looks mad and he's fumbling around in his car for something. And I knew it was kind of weird. And he puts his right turn signal on and he's like he's gonna turn, but he's looking at me in his mirror. And I didn't really think about it I just was like, what the fuck is this dude doing? My friend was like, oh, he didn't say this, but he was like, oh, he's gonna do something. We both figured it was just like he was just gonna yell like fuck you, and we just be like fuck you, and we just move on with our day. Like,
yeah,
whatever, like asshole or whatever, like some road rage bullshit, but no one actually does anything. It's Portland. So my friend though rolled the window up because as we passed, and then he continued to roll, he got the window up pretty quick because as we passed, this dude like out the window is he bear sprays the side of my car, like fully sprayed us, like
what the fuck?
Yeah, and I didn't know what it was or what was happening. Like I was just driving, and thankfully my friend got the window because it was like cracked, because he thought we were just going to do like a yell thing, but he closed it, and then so nothing really got in the car, but we didn't know what it was.
Did a little bit? Like, was it enough that you felt it a little? Like your eyes got itchy and shit?
I've been bear sprayed before, so not in the
it
city.
Wasn't like that.
Like, but I got sprayed as a kid by accident, so I'm very familiar.
That's like one of the more Montana things that you've ever said on this podcast. Oh yeah, I've been bear sprayed.
I'll tell that story after this one. So like my eyes are burning, and so I was just like, I think it's bear spray. I didn't really get a good look at it.
What a fucker.
Yeah, it was the weirdest part of the whole situation. Like, I was grateful. We were all fine. Nobody got hurt. It was okay. The part that was really messed up was then I had this like borderline PTSD is an extreme version of that, but it's like a version of it. Anytime someone tailgates me now, I get a little weird. Anytime I see a big truck, I'm a little bit on edge now. It feels weird when I'm driving.
I mean, that's fair, dude.
And I'm like I got past.
It's such
I was walking my dog by some truck. And I got scared. Like they stopped in front of me, and I was like, I'm just walking. I felt very vulnerable. Yeah. And that's exactly what they were doing. It was just a fear tactic. And it
it's such like a random act of like aggression that guy did. Like, yeah, fuck that guy. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than fuck that guy. And you should
now
get it
if
done.
Any of that happens, I'll pull my phone out and I'm just gonna film it, because that is effectively what he did is assault. It is assault.
Yeah, like that's a crime.
And I didn't get his license plate, but I would have had plenty of time. Like now, if that weirdness is happening, I'm going to start recording it at least.
Yeah.
So that I can have that evidence.
I've been thinking for ages about getting one of those dash cams for my car. Like, I don't, at this point, I probably won't. I don't know. Maybe I will. If I get a new car at any point in the next, rest of my life, which I will at some point, get a new car, because unless I die soon, like I probably have a lot of years left. My 05 Subaru isn't going to make it. I'm going to get one when I get a new car.
Yeah. I've got a friend that does it. I don't know if I can't remember if he said he's gotten anything with it or not.
No, I think, doesn't it just like, like it starts recording every time you drive or whatever. And it's just for like, if you get in an accident of some sort, if it's someone else's fault is when it really comes into play, is like, you can prove that.
Or if something wild happens, it's like,
Speaking of things that somebody will need to prove, I took a little walk right before we recorded this, and I was on 23rd, and there was like some commotion in the middle of a road. It looked, and there was a Mercedes that was stopped. And I was like, what? It, like in the middle of an intersection, like right in front of fucking Salt and Straw. And like a motorcycle had T-boned this Mercedes.
What?
So I'm guessing the Mercedes fucked up, because 23rd is like the main road. The motorcycle was on 23rd heading south, and the Mercedes was headed to the east, crossing 23rd.
I don't like driving anything in your neighborhood.
Yeah, no, that's
I'm a
fair, dude.
on foot only in that
I don't
neighborhood
either. Well,
guy.
I come in from the freeway and take
Yeah.
side streets to get where I live. I like never drive 23rd because I live on 23rd, but I can take like 24th and come around and
Yeah.
sneak into where I live and park. And then I go out the same way. I never take the main streets. I rarely drive around. It's a
Yeah.
it's tight and hard to drive, and I don't need to. Anyway, this motorcycle T-boned this Mercedes, and I was like, it'd be nice if one of them had a dash cam.
Yeah.
So everybody knows exactly
Right.
what happened. That dude, I felt bad for the dude. He was walking around, he had a helmet on, and he was picking up his bike, like the
Yeah.
cop was helping him. He looked a little dazed.
Dude,
Looked like he got his little bell rung there.
I've seen a couple motorcycle. I've like
No.
witnessed a couple motorcycle accidents, and I just try to keep those not in my mind
Yeah.
when I'm riding.
I know. I was like,
Because it's one of those things with motorcycles. It's
I
not
thought
a
about
matter
you
of
right
if,
away. I was like,
it's a matter of when. And
yeah,
that's
I was
just
like,
sort of the thing you have
Bjorn,
to.
you got to be careful.
That's the line. Well, I just am super. I just always err on the stay safe side. So like
Mhm.
a new policy of mine is I don't go around people that are turning left. I don't stop and make, you know how like when you want to make like a left turn in an intersection, you kind of like get yourself out in the middle of it and
Yeah.
then you wait till it changes. And then I don't do that.
Yeah, no,
I
you're waiting for
stay
the green.
back. I either wait for the turn, but actually there's not even that many situations in Portland where you can make that. They're all green arrows.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
Portland doesn't have that as much
I
as like
don't
Montana, where it's just like,
I don't
okay,
go in because
lights.
I read a bunch of stuff about like if you're like you don't want to be sitting in an intersection ever,
Mm-hmm.
because if somebody runs it, you're just a sitting duck,
Yeah.
or if
No,
it
if
changes
you on the
or
motorcycle get hit, you're in a world of hurt. Like,
yeah. So it's just about, well, and what the other thing is it's like, especially if it's like a fast road, if you're sitting in the intersection and it changes and somebody is going, they've got a green, but they're already moving, they could hit you, So you
yeah.
just don't go into the intersection until you're making the turn. But that's, yeah, all the motorcycle accidents that I've witnessed personally have always been somebody. It was in Vegas. I saw a few, which was very weird, but they were making wild moves. I mean, this guy was
they were
like
doing something
lane
reckless.
splitting, going really fast.
Oh, the lane splitting thing, like that's illegal here, but it's not in every state. And that seems
No.
like one of the dumber things you could fucking do. Like,
Yeah.
because
Well, this
I've had
one,
dudes do
yeah.
it. I've had people come by me lane splitting when I used to drive in traffic before there was a pandemic that has given us all the gift of working from home. All of us office folk.
Yeah.
And we should be eternally grateful. But yeah, when I used to have to sit in traffic, fucking people lane splitting, it was like, that's the dumbest thing. I might have to change a lane. I'm not going to be looking halfway in my lane.
No.
Like I do now, but I don't remember to every single time. It's like,
right.
It's a roll of the dice. And
well, here's what I saw. Here's what I witnessed. Somebody was lane splitting. They were going really fast. And then some through traffic, and someone on a group of both lanes were letting somebody make a left turn. So they had like waited and then made a space so someone could make a left turn. And then like right as they were making the left turn, the motorcycle came through. They of course didn't see that because they just saw it was just stopped cars.
Yeah.
They didn't see that there was a gap for this other car. And so they like T-boned. And all I saw was the bike and the guy flying. You just saw a dude
flying through the air.
And then, of course, when we passed him, he was like on the ground. I mean, he was alive, but he was like screaming. So that was.
Yeah, like he broke something. And
yeah. But at the same time, like a few minutes earlier, he had. I mean, he was going 60 in and lane splitting. Like that is super high risk behavior.
There's a level of Darwinism.
That is a matter of time. And I don't do that.
Yeah.
I just am like, you know what? I'm just going to sit in traffic. I don't care.
Yeah, so, no, that's definitely a play it safe thing.
Yeah. I'll tell my
tell
that bear sprayed as a kid story by accident. And then I think that'll be good.
Yeah, that'll close this one out.
So, we talk about this all the time. We grew up in Montana. I was hiking with my parents, and when you go hiking, you're supposed to bring bear spray. with you hiking. That's actually what the purpose of it is, not to spray those libs.
Yeah, and for the record, bear spray, it's just like a bigger thing of mace, and I think it's a little bit more peppery. Like it's like a really high potency mace in a big canister.
Yep.
And most people that are smart advocate bear spray like over a gun for hiking and like animal defense.
It's safer because
it's a big cloud.
Yeah.
As opposed to like a little bullet. Yep. It also weighs way less. Like it's definitely a better option than a gun.
It is. It's
for
like
anything except pretending you're in a Clint Eastwood movie.
Like, right. And you don't have to be very accurate. And then like a bear can, sometimes like you don't have a high enough caliber gun.
Yeah, unless you
take
can
a bear
handle,
down.
Like a fucking 44 Magnum accurately, which
a lot of that,
people in the world can.
Right? A lot of that stuff is you're just gonna piss the bear off.
You shoot a bear with a 9mm, he's gonna be like you'll kill it eventually, but it's probably gonna eat you first.
Yeah, then, like you're probably gonna aggravate it first more than.
My upstairs neighbor, what are they doing?
Rearranging.
Keep it down.
Yeah. Trying something new.
Anyway,
so we were hiking, and this bear spray comes with like a safety cap, a safety thing that you have to take off to spray it.
Yeah, that little like glow in the dark white thing that's on the bead chain.
Yeah. And this is before like internet facts or whatever, but like the people we were with were like, "Oh, you should, when you go hiking, you need to take the safety off because it slows like your response time for if you are in a situation." So my stepdad was like, "Oh, okay, like whatever." So we took the safeties off all of the bear sprays.
Good idea.
And yeah. And so we go hiking, we get to the waterfall, we hang out, and then we're going to go and we're going to I think we're going to keep hiking up the mountain. And, you take your pack off, and then, so my stepdad was putting his pack back on, and it was on like his belt. And I'm standing right there. Like we're chatting, and he puts the pack on, and just like, it just lands right on the trigger. And just, like I got like sprayed for like not that long, but enough to feel it. And I just remember my eyes were burning, and then I threw up everything in my stomach, and then I just dry heaved for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then we run. So then we're like, it's awful. It's like in the air. So you try to go to a different place. So we go back down the trail, and we didn't even think about this. We went down away from the waterfall, and then the cloud. So we're like finally getting over it. And then the
wind blew it to you
back into our
face. Shitty.
And then so it just happened again. Our eyes started burning. We're like, why is it coming back? And I'm like, so that was my childhood experience with bear spray.
Yeah, I didn't have that. I did shoot one off in the backyard once. We had one that was super expired. So I just like went in. My dad was like, "Get rid of this. Let's see what happens when you shoot off a bear spray."
Yeah.
And so it was like a day with no wind.
You should do if you're like, it's like you shouldn't just wait until you're in a situation with a bear that you
it's like
are also learning how to do it.
Probably. Anyway,
I feel like you should try it.
I shot the fucking thing off, and it was cool. It was like, and it shoots like 20 feet. Like it's a pretty aggressive stream of peppery shit. And then like, and we were like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it just dissipated. It was fine. But then I didn't wash my hands, and my eyes were like, it was like, summer or something, and I had a cat growing up. So like my eyes were like itchy for like a little bit. Like I just rubbed my eyes. And there was some residue evidently on my hands. God damn, did it burn. It was immediate. I was like, ooh, whoopsie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we done fucked up here.
I mean, it was like, for this, it was like, it was on my clothes and stuff. We kind of like, we had to sort of like, the hiking trip was sort of over. We had to go back after that. Like, I don't remember if we were going to spend the night, but we definitely didn't. We definitely went home. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we keep the safety on now.
Well, yeah, you have to. It's not. Isn't it made that basically, as you pull it off, like you just kind of go pop with your thumb and then immediately can just smush down the trigger and
I'm
like
not sure
the safeties on
anymore.
those.
I don't remember anymore,
I don't know.
honestly.
I think I
It's
have
been a
one
minute.
around here, and definitely have them on all the packs in Montana. Like
Yeah.
we carry them, we go bow hunting and carry them for hiking.
Hmm.
There's possibility of a grizzly bear,
Yeah.
you know.
So
Yeah.
those were my experiences the 2 times I've been spraying with bear spray.
Jesus Christ.
Just to finish though, the crazy thing about that whole situation was just like the effect of it on me personally is just like it does instill this chaotic fear
Yeah.
that I didn't have and it really
Mhm.
localized and personalized everything that's going on for me and made
Mhm.
me nervous about some of that stuff, because it's like all I did was I think I thought about it a lot because I have no stickers on my car. There's no political
Yeah, that's what
anything.
was weird is your
I
car
have
is super
a
nondescript.
it's like a silver
It's just a
crossover
crossover
SUV,
SUV.
but it is a hybrid. So maybe that's it. But
Maybe.
the only part it says PHEV on the back. It doesn't like I don't know, it's not like obnoxious on the side. I don't
Yeah,
have the
honestly,
like
I think this guy was just being a douche and waiting for anyone to take any sort of bait.
yeah.
And like the fact that your buddy was like, "Hey, fuck you,"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
flipping him off like that. Like there's a chance that just that whole like the
Like he's
fact that
fishing for
yeah,
somebody.
he's
Just
just
drive like an idiot and then
trying
wait till
to
somebody
instigate.
does anything
Yeah,
and
he's
then
trying
I'm
to
going to go for
instigate
them.
something.
Yeah.
And then like once he's got your attention, then you know,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck that guy.
That was
I
yeah, it
hope he
was a
crashes
weird
his truck into a fucking bridge abutment or something. Drives it off a bridge.
It's just a wild
Gets a
dude.
flat, something like that. Fuck that asshole.
Yeah. Uh it's just like a wild time and a wild thing to like that that we live
Yeah.
to live through. Like and
No,
the
it really is.
and like
I have a friend. She said she drove up to Seattle a couple days ago, and she said there was like a marked increase of Confederate flags on the drive up, which is not great,
yeah,
Fucking
yeah. And
idiots.
I mean like
That's one of the dumbest
like
goddamn
waving a
things.
political like I'm not instigating.
No, that's the thing is your car is so nondescript.
It is.
Mine is pretty
I was
nondescript.
glad though
Honestly,
because
mine they might think I'm on their team. I have a Montana State University
yeah,
banner and a Ducks Unlimited sticker. They might just be
right?
like, this guy's he's from the heartland. Like,
It's
they might
wild.
think I'm on their fucking team there.
I don't know, man.
God,
It
people are
was
the
very weird. Very
dumbest.
weird. It just yeah, I hate I'm not like a super
Yeah.
political person and I hate when I get like roped into stuff where I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to play. I'm not playing the game. I don't want to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
like I
No,
was
that's
driving
fair.
by and this guy's like trying to get me to play basketball with him and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't want to play basketball, dude.
Yeah.
And then he just throws the ball at me at my car.
Like one of those guys that just gets mad really fast and throws the ball like
Now
aggressive.
I'm definitely not playing basketball with you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a fucking cheerful note.
Right. All right. I think that'll do it for this episode.
All right.
That
Oh,
was
we didn't
fun.
ask the standard question. If
Oh
I'm
yeah.
robbed tomorrow,
Yeah.
will I be repurchasing this pair of shoes that aren't for me? Honestly, I would probably go with the tie-dye ones if I had to buy. If I hadn't gotten these and it was
Yeah.
between the two of them on StockX, I would have gotten the tie-dye ones.
Okay.
Because I just think those are really unique. But
they're like the bluish one, right?
yeah, they're like a blue tie-dye. They were one of what I thought. I think they were one of the cooler ones that's dropped in a little while. Just because of it was like it didn't look like anything else.
Yeah. This one, right?
So, yep.
Okay.
And they
Just
were
so
also a women's sizing.
yeah, those
So
are pretty cool.
Yeah, I would
I
have
don't hate
probably
those.
gotten her those, if I had to buy something
Yeah.
on the resale market. But since I hit on these, I kind of decided, if I hit on these, then these are still cool. But if I took the L on these, then I was gonna go with those. And so if I'm robbed,
If
I'll
if
probably
you
be
lost
going.
them, or
Yeah,
if
if
they
I'm
didn't make it in the
yeah,
FedEx box.
if that guy drives his power stroke over here and bear sprays me and takes only these shoes, then I'll use that insurance money and put a down payment on those tie dyes. But like,
Perfect.
yeah. All right, I guess that's
Yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure and like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. We have new episodes every Wednesday. That's it. That's all the things. I nailed it. Bye.
bye.